Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your daily tarot oracle, your daily insight on life and love for April 21st, 2022. Also being timeless, wherever you're catching in time. This might be relevant, maybe not so much, but we're gonna see. It's general collective. Don't force this to fit your life. If you do have questions about booking a private session, go ahead and find the email that's provided in the description. And well, find me on the social platforms. It's at Raising Sivak. No underscores, no punctuation, no numbers. It's at Raising Sivak. So what we're looking at right here, hard work is finally paying off and it's giving you a chance to leave something behind. It doesn't have to be a fight. It doesn't have to be a continual struggle. You need to develop a practical plan though. Not my circus, not my monkeys is basically the mantra. There is a level of deception here, and I think that this is the breaking point for you. So this is coming out from another deck, and it was while I was shuffling. So we have emotional sensitivity. I do feel like there was a lot of gaslighting, a lot of backtalk, and a lot of hidden motives in the emotional sensitivity aspect that you were picking up on. But I also feel like being that sensitive, this was led to an over-exaggeration of how you were behaving. Maybe not in the actuality of it, it's more like the people who wanted to contain their secret, to hide their motives, they made you feel like you were crazy. They made you feel like you were overreacting, that you're dramatic, and you know all those wonderful key words. And it's not any of that. What I'm seeing here is kind of being pushed to the emotional upset, you know, the reactive point. I do feel like people had pushed you to the point of being reactive as a point to keep, I think, their secrets well hidden. So what I see here is emotional aggravation on your part, and what it looks like is fighting back. I really love this. I see that this is, it feels like a brave front that you are starting through. I do feel like this is a start over for you, but I also feel like whatever you are leaving behind, there is the emotional recoil from it. Well, maybe not recoil. Maybe it's the emotional recovery is really what I mean to say. Definitely the recovery aspect of it. You have the willpower to get through it. I think that it's a very hard, sobering reality of what the situation was. I also see that, yes, we know that it made you stronger, it made you wiser, it made you able to be unbreakable. It's never fun enduring those scenarios that have to make you unbreakable. So yes, your ships are coming in. Yes, you are self-contained. Yes, you are very mature. Yes, you are all those wonderful words, but getting to that point, again, not really the funnest thing in the world now, is it? So let's see what's going on. It feels like you're intentionally maybe not disassociating from your emotions, but calming them down. You're intentionally numbing yourself out. Now I'm getting to use this deck still, so we're going to see what this is about. Heart chakra. When you sit and think about it, how somebody could behave in this manner is absolutely disgusting. And it's selfish, and it feels like treating you like you weren't even an actual person. So we have the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the sacral chakra. Kind of being all over the place, huh? I think that you did give with a very open heart. And yes, I do feel like it was taken advantage of. The sensitivity is the fact that you do have such a giving heart and that you can feel others so deeply. And you are somebody who really focuses on honesty and integrity and healing through speaking through, you know, the truth in the difficult situations that we all face. I feel like you probably did not run away from those difficult situations, and I do feel like you probably tried to talk your way through them. and eventually talking your way through them and trying to have those conversations when nobody else is willing to do so, it leads to you even wondering, why bother? Why do you even bother doing this? I do feel like there was a wave of toxicity that you endured about yourself. Maybe it was a case of the efforts. So the sacral chakra is you needing to stay away from harsh situations and relationships, toxicities of all sorts, things that are overly processed and overly demonstrative energies right now, like that overcompensation. I think that your tolerance level has gone completely down with them. And I do feel like you take on other people's energy. So this is going to be a mode of you learning how to have an energetic boundary. And the card on the bottom is cut your cords. There's a lot of things you need to cut your cords with right now. So then we have the if you get nervous, focus on service, and the solar plexus chakra. So having input from any party outside of yourself right now doesn't seem to be very well serving. It seems like it is adding to your overwhelm, thus, you know, the sacral chakra and the emotional sensitivity. So how can you let go or forsake other people's very insistent judgments and opinions on what you're trying to do, and just focus on what your mindset is? How are you able to separate what your desire and mindset is from other people's, and know that it's your own and not somebody else's that's just kind of lingering around you? This is telling you to, well, like I said a moment ago, kind of let people fall to the wayside. I'm not telling you to ghost anybody. It's more of a matter of let your world get quiet for a bit and focus on the task at hand. So this, the more that you're focusing on this and you're focusing on what you are doing without anyone else's feedback or input on it, the more that you are able to have a sense of control over it and start to filter out what your actual feelings and inspired actions are going to be in here. And this, it seems to be something that really builds on your confidence, something that you authentically learn to feel really good about. And I say learn to feel good about because I think there's a timidness in seeking the approval of other people also agreeing with you that, hey, yeah, this is good. That approval is not going to be present. So it's a matter of you being like, no, this actually feels really good. This feels like something that I want. And the willpower to see it through. So get used to having an independent setting happen in your scenario. We have serendipity coming in. What else? Soulmates in reverse. Somebody's not happy. And you know what? I don't think that you're going to care as much as you to believe. Man, you're going to be angry. So the serendipity and the soulmates in reverse, the orphan, co-create, come to the edge, co-create and come to the edges in reverse, building blocks, and the never-ending story. So you and shutting down somebody is taking that really personally. So I see some backlash coming in. Do I think it's deserved? No, but it's necessary because you are seeing somebody's true colors and true entitlement. So you kind of focusing and making this yours. Somebody's coming in onto the stomping grounds and being like, what is your problem? Blah, 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 blah. Why are you doing this? Where am I in all this? What about me? Don't you know that I've fill in the blank? And you're kind of looking at him like, this isn't about you. Why are you making this about you? It's not like they were helping anyways. I think that they really wanted to be somehow part of what you were trying to do, not doing the work for it, not making any headway, wanting you to do the work, but still somehow be in your vicinity and taking credit for it. How sick is that? So whatever the project is, whoever this is in your life, it Could be any dynamic of connection, but somebody who's very entitled. So I see that you're seeing their true colors, and it actually hurts because, holy crap, you had a different view on this person, didn't you? And I see you shutting down. You're like, I don't need this. I don't need you. Why even bother? So then it feels orphaned, and it feels like, I'm never going to put myself in this position again. I'm going to do this by myself. I'm going to let the world know it. And Spirit's thinking that's nice, fine, and dandy. However, you're not supposed to do everything by yourself. Stop putting yourself as the banner carrier on this. The learning when to ask for help and learning who you can ask for help is what's coming into play. So you saw how somebody wanted to be part of this, but not do the work, have you do the work and have some credit for them in this. This is being able to distinguish what that type of person is and the actual people who are going to help you and share the same mindset and the same type of ambition for the future are coming in. So this, you're going to want to push them away. This is really talking about that. Like, no, I'm going to do this by myself. I put too much of my hope and my trust into somebody else. They drop the ball. Never again am I going to be put in that situation. And I think that this probably happened more than just this person who you recently let go of. So you're not really willing to put your trust in anybody, but Spirit is telling you that this is going to be a repetitive story of the same type of people that hurt you until you start to change the narrative. This person who's coming in who has the same vision of the future is not going to be taking advantage of you. This is to build an even more solid foundation for you. Also, it's the different perspectives. I think that it's fusing something together in this because you have so many positives on your end, so many things that you can add in from your side. And there's something that feels like it's still missing, and you're doing the work to try and figure it out, but it's not occurring because this needs to come from another perspective. Somebody's coming in with fresh eyes that you don't want to listen to because you're afraid of them letting you down. Spirit is telling you this is an old wound that you need to heal because this person is not trying to take advantage of the situation like the previous people had. So how are you going to heal this? Angel therapy healing cards. How is this going to be healed for the person watching this? Archangel Michael, know that you are protected. Great, grand, wonderful, integrity. And the third eye chakra. I still feel like there's... No. What is this? Crown chakra. Sorry about the stare off. I was trying to get a feel of the cards. The third eye chakra. All the chakras are in alignment. You are truly in alignment and protected in here. So how are you going to do this? Stop second guessing your intuitive download. Stop second guessing that small voice internally. Because when you would think about, the people who were either in your life or who were helping you before, you would be thinking about this situation and how they're helping and really encourage in the mind that, yes, they're helping. That little small voice is saying, hold on, wait, no, this is trying too hard. This isn't right. Whatever the words were for you. And now here we are. And then it's on the flip side. This small voice is saying, go for it, trust this, take a chance. And you're like, nope, not going to do it. Nope. Big fat nope. But something about this is lingering. So, you have Archangel Michael, you have angels that are being like, no, slow down and listen to this. So, okay, so what's going to really heal this action with you? All right. Healing with the angels. Self-acceptance. New beginning. Answered prayers. Spiritual growth. And then we have dreams. So the self-acceptance in this new beginning is accepting your own limitations, because I do feel like you had been worried about how this was going to play out, maybe even a little strung out, seeing how this is going to go. And Spirit is saying that it's offering you an answer to your prayers and a step up. And I think that it is talking to you through what your dreams, ambitions are, This is saying dreams, but it doesn't have to be solely with where you sleep. It's where your mind drifts and wanders. It's what it's where you're, I guess, you're dazing off, you're zoning out, your daydreams are going to. The spiritual growth, it feels like it's very progressive future thinking. And this is saying, I really feel like it's saying dream big for you. It's telling you to aim higher. The self-acceptance is maybe you are greater than you could have imagined. Maybe you are not biting off more than you can chew. Maybe you just have to sit there for a little bit longer and take the extra intention to be careful of your method of chewing. I don't know, I'm going off on a tangent here. But I really feel like this is telling you that, okay, maybe you're a little bit bigger than you intended, and your ambitions and your hopes and your aspirations, these are not bad things. I'm getting pulled to use this again. So the dreams are telling you how this is going to come to fruition, what you need to watch out for, and more importantly, stop trying to go back. I do feel like some of your dreams have been a message of do not go back. So this, have you asked your angels for help with this? Yes, you have, and they've been answering your prayers. If you need unwavering doubt or fear taken away, ask your angels for clear-cut signs, because there is a very bright light that's being pushed ahead of you, and it also feels like it is filled with so many insights. We have the release. All right, so how are you going to release your past? First off, shield yourself from it, clear yourself from it, and recognize that you are bigger than your past. You're a powerful light worker. The old stories about you, I don't feel like it actually was you. It was a version of you that was dealing with other people, again, taking advantage of the situation. So those, it looks like an attempt to hold against you. I see you clearing yourself of that karma, saying that you disengage it, you release it, you're not going to be held responsible for these pains anymore. And that you went through all those difficult lessons, those letdowns, and those, I think, dead ends, missteps, because, well, you are a very powerful light worker and you needed some fine tuning. We have the round and round and the happy in reverse. All right, some of you are afraid of taking a step back, or that you're starting at square one and that you're not going to be happy. And this is leveling up, seeing it at a new perspective, a new level, and seeing the similar scenario and having the mindset or the mindfulness and the opportunity to choose something different. This is genuinely a blessing for you. So I do see that you haven't lost your heart. You haven't lost your emotional sensitivities, but they have fused together now through the experience, the letdowns, the upheavals, all the challenges that have been thrown your way. So it feels partly that you have lost your heart. It hasn't been lost, it's been protected, and it's gained a shield. So when you are going up and you are seeing familiar scenarios, you're looking at a different angle and you're like, oh, this means this, and I can now make the active and informed decision to go elsewhere. That is a blessing of mindfulness that the opposing party does not currently have. So you are going to be seeing similar scenarios, and it's telling you, keep moving forward. You cannot go back. You cannot go back to the same type of person, situation, or people. And also learning how to be flexible. So what is this flexibility about? That you are going through a rebirth and a regeneration, and also this, you're blocking off the flow towards you because you don't think that the other parties that are coming in are going to be able to handle this. You have to let this go up in flames. You have to stop doing so much, and you have to stop being so stoic and not being co-creative, but being the main enforcer in all of it, and start letting people do things for you. It's time for you to start resting and recuperating and recovering from the pains in your life. This is going to lead to a lot of self-realizations and why do bad things happen to good people, because you are a good person. It wasn't meant to dumb you down, dull you in any way. It was meant to sharpen you as a tool. And now you are so sharp, you don't need that additional sharpening tool. You will need the fine-tuning periodically down the road, but now it's time to start utilizing the tools in which life has made you stronger with. So the change in direction is what you're embracing. You're going another way. You're letting things come to you. You're letting yourself go where the wind takes you. And I do feel like this is, it has a lot of strength behind it, but it's almost a complete 180. I want to look at what's on this gazebo. What is on this? It looks like somebody who's standing alone and releasing their heart. They're sitting outside and their head is kind of down. They know that they're strong enough for this, but they're not going to really fight anymore. There's a feeling of lonesomeness. This lonesomeness is going to be reacquainted with a sense of peace. There is a sense of loneliness until life hands you an olive branch. Again, this is allowing things to come your way. So you are finding your place in the world. It's coming towards you. The unfinished symphony is letting things go for now, singing your own tune, letting your uniqueness shine, and getting ready to jump into this new chapter. It's genuinely time for you to go and get living. It's coming towards you. You have to be a co-creator in this one. Let up some of your stressors so that you can relax and really be on the receiving end. So if you have questions about booking a private session and you want to get more on your storyline, go ahead and again, find the email address provided, reach out to me, say hello, let me know where you are in the world, see what one of my services might be right for you, talk about pricings, discounts, availability, and time zones. This has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for April 21st, 2022. Again, being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, you have something crazy in store. All right, I'm going to let you go. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. All right, so what I see here is you working on accepting the limitations of your start off in life. I feel like there was a very deep-seated family issue with you, and I don't think that you really got to be fully a safe child. What I'm seeing here, regardless of who it was in the family, whether it's family of origins or family of building that you have done, this is something where you were forced to be far too serious too soon, and I see that these people are still locked in that mentality. So this is saying there's an ebb and flow to these connections where, you know, hey, the give and take of it. I do feel like you have maybe, you've gone too much to one end, whether it's giving or taking. Chances are, if you've come across this, you're probably a super empathetic giver, and you would give anybody your last dollar, the shirt off your back. This, you're taking back your sense of balance and your sense of worth. Because I do feel like you put this in whoever was in front of you, because that's what you were trained to do. Time to go, the creative fields. We have creative project. So this is the way that you express yourself. It's coming through a major change for you. I feel like a good portion of your personality and maybe your aspirations have been stifled by the conditioning of whatever your upbringing looked like. And it looks like now that you are separating yourself from those people, you are not only strong, but you are empowered enough to start expressing yourself and behaving in a manner that is genuinely balanced and authentic to you. So we have the Medusa here that's going on here. Anybody who looks at you cockeyed is going to be kind of frozen in their place, because I do feel like you are finally going to be really assertive in defending yourself, probably in a way that you have never been defended before. We have the change in direction, so there's no point in going back. There's no point in backtracking or trying to go back into your cave. You're somebody who is going through an expansion and who's insanely protected, but also you have a funnel in the direction and where you are going, and it's only forward. The more that you try and go back to the familiar yet unsavory past, the more that it starts to hurt you. So what I'm seeing here is it looks like protecting that inner child. Spirit's not going to let you or little you get hurt again. You're moving forward. I think that simplicity is going to be the main focus right now. I do feel like you have put a lot on your plate. Maybe you didn't even put on. Maybe a lot has just been thrown on your plate for an extended period of time. And now it's kind of made you exhausted and or sick. So look, I see a lot of body work being done. I see actually probably outside help on this, because I don't think that you would actually do this for yourself. I think that you would probably work yourself to the bone. So surprisingly enough, something is really coming in to insist that you are being taken care of, insist that you go to certain places, that you participate in certain events. And this is dealing with spiritual care, wellness, personal health, and also your physical health. I do feel like this is majorly being pushed on you. So we have the improving health, unconditional joy, and the massage. This to me is saying, for the unconditional joy, I'm getting the beautiful little simplicities and appreciating the little things that make you happy. Look at how this wonderful angel is holding these wonderful little angel pups. Look at, they're all just kind of hanging out and enjoying each other's company. And there's no objective, there's no real goal other than to just be held and to be in each other's presence. It is very simple, and it's actually effortless. So let's see what else is coming up. Divine intervention. This had to be divine intervention, didn't it? And we have home help and recovery. This is probably the most infuriating thing for you about this, because it seems invasive initially, and I see you probably even fighting this help. And then I see the complete breakdown, and you're just like, okay, I can't do this. You're right, I can't do this. And then something swoops in and helps you. This was for your best interest. You are going to be in recovery for a bit, because I think that you have ridden yourself past expiration, and also past any sort of tools that you had, also any resources you had. I feel like they have been completely wiped and drained. So this is talking about replenishing that. Spirit has such a goal for you, but right now you need to be replenished. And if nobody else is going to help you, Spirit's going to force this to happen. So you are absolutely an earth angel, and I do feel like you are kind of the embodiment of love. This is what I'm looking at, by the way. So I feel like this has been a major priority in your life, seeking it, being it, somehow being involved with aspects of how love represents itself in the world. And I do feel like you know what love is, and if you don't know what love is, you know what love isn't. And I think that you've had grand displays of what love isn't. So this has kind of been an anchor that's holding on you. And I'm seeing that you need to cut your cords and clear yourself of energies that are not of love in your life, that are not supportive, and stay away from toxic people, situations, connections. You're incredibly sensitive, and I don't think that your caregivers or guardians knew quite how to deal with that, because they did not have the same drive as you did. They didn't have the same heart as you did, and they didn't know how to handle that level of sensitivity, because they themselves were only thinking from their perspective, and it didn't seem right. It seems like they feel if they didn't toughen you up in the way that they saw necessary, that it was a disservice somehow to you. Wherever that mindset was coming from, that's pretty much what it was gearing towards. But you are this wonderfully sensitive creature, and I see that it is so important that you stay away from things that are not of love, that do not embrace love, that do not have this grand gesture of such. I do see that you are going through an ascension, that you are on a higher level of being, so the hardships that you had endured, especially from your family setting, are actually a major educational field for you. Yes, it was education, because not only are you strong enough to endure what is not love, you know how to recognize it, and you know how to dissolve this in your life. And I think that this made you hyper on guard and watch everything through hawk eyes. You can see things from a mile away. Use your guided intuition, your heightened empathy to start pinpointing what something's true motives are, so that you can start to either be the conduit of healing or facilitate healing in some way, shape, or form, or that you can just plainly stay away from it. You are genuinely a powerful light worker. You're not any sort of buzzword that's going around. You are here for a very special purpose, and this is going to uplift the energy that's around you, and you will be connecting with people who are also lifting up. It's like these powerful pinpoints in this big healing quilt that's going around. So this, honor how incredibly sensitive and strong you are. It looks like major trust issues with people who really try to influence you, influence your life, influence how you should behave. And I see that your red flags and your spidey senses were tingling. But you still let them in, didn't you? You kept an eye on them. You watched to see if it was maybe just you being in your head, or if there was reason to believe that you should not trust these people. And wouldn't you know it, nothing really paid off, did it? Nothing really grew. So I see a lot of reluctance in buying into these personalities. I think that you've been really grounded. I think that you've been pretty stern with them, and there's a lot of painful breakups that had happened in this. I do feel like this is not necessarily relationships. I feel like this is more friends and colleagues based. But what I'm seeing here is you being able to turn these people away actually was one of the key factors in leveling you up, because people saw you turning others away that really, it didn't have that cause for concern initially, but as these people were turned away from you, it was the fallout of that for them, where they showed exactly who they were and what their true intentions were when they thought that nobody was looking. And the people who you're leveling up with saw that. So this is seeing you as wise, as wonderfully decisive, being able to make good decisions and wanting to be part of that. So I see that people are seeing your wise decisions with not really having a sense of bias, but they are watching you with an open mind. And now it's wanting to be part of that, because you knowing when and how you couldn't trust these people taught these people who are keeping an eye on you that, you know, they could kind of trust. So this, it feels really good. So what is this going to open up for you? I'm going to need to light more incense, aren't I? Dagnabbit. Ooh. This is going to be a whole new path that's going to be really creative, fun, spunky, and very passion-driven. I see you getting this huge sense, as huge surge of energy. Momentum is picking up. There is a victory, completely changing a path in life. This is going to be one of those pivotal moments where you know that this is where everything changes. Total game changer right here. And then this is going to set you up not only to have long-term, but it's going to connect you with others who are very far away. I see a lot of network happening. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I like it. Somebody who you have let go of wants another chance with you. They're going to try and tell you that they want the same things that you do, the same future. I'm not necessarily buying it. I'm seeing that there hasn't been any change, and that there's really no movement forward with them. There's a lot that you bring to it, but there's also a lot that this person that you let go of, they feel like they don't bring to the table. So there's a lot riding on your guilt. How amazing is that? They're going to play you on this. This is dealing with toxic and abusive past, people who are huge in gaslighting. I honestly don't feel like this person who's coming back towards you has changed. And I see that they are somebody who's impulsive, overindulgent, and who's very nitpicky. Yeah, they love to fight. keep an eye out for that. You don't need that. And you already know as soon as you see their stinking name pop up around the ether, it's like, oh God, why? Tower moment's about to happen. Why is this tower moment about to happen? All right. So chances are this person has either been following your videos for a while or following the stuff that you had posted for a while. And they see like this whole soulmate twin flame journey. But what they don't take into account is these relationships are not meant to hurt you. So they're not picking up on that. They're thinking that you guys went through this grand eruption because it was meant to be. No, you're not meant to hurt each other. Your actual person is not going to hurt each other. Yes, there's a deep soul contract that's going on here, but it is not that love, that unbreakable love that you speak of. They are really playing off emotions on that one. So that's the tower moment. They're going to try and play on that sympathy, and you better take me back because this is it. I'm in this. Are you? No, you're not. This is the judgment call. Tell them to F off. And what happens after? You get the world. So nobody's going to play the Two of Cups with you. They don't deserve that. After that, you have another tower moment. So yay, what is this, a roller coaster? Good God. I see a new path that is opening up where you are going to be healing this fear of abandonment here. I do see you kicking this person who's trying to come back into the curb, like you are done with them. And what's coming up is, first off, you're going to be working on your craft. You're going to be working on yourself. You're going to be all about yourself, and I love it. The truth is coming to the surface for you, and I think that you will feel actually really good. And then after this, we have less stress coming in while you're letting go of the stress. Healing is going to be slow. Final card for this. Actually, this might be a two-parter. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You actually might be single for a while on this, or you might stay away from intimate relationships for a while. Absolutely watch part 1 to go along with this. And if you are watching part 2 from part 1, this is going to be in your best interest. You do not want to hop from a relationship. I don't care how long you've been single. Congratulations on really working on yourself and being completely authentic, independent, and really getting to know yourself. I have to light incense, so it's going to take a moment. Go ahead, pause this or fast forward. I don't know. All right, so tell me more about this situation, because you're getting the truth and why this person genuinely wanted you back. I see that that's going to sting a little bit, and I see that you're going to make the executive decision and be like, you know what, I'm good for a bit. All right, after you turn off relationships, I see that we have a celebration that's coming in. There's somebody who wants to come towards you. God, is this going to be the thing where you have to continuously bap somebody away? Good God. You are going to have another person trying to come in, and you're still going to have to let them go. This is a whole, are you going to really miss this opportunity? Yeah, because you are yet another test. F off. We're done. No, thank you. And I see that you are really working on your power, your authority, your momentum, your personality, not in morphing it for another person or towards another person or always taking them into considerations. You're working on being your own party on this one and being loud, being outgoing, and really creating this journey for yourself. There's nothing that another person can fulfill in you that you can't fulfill in yourself. And I hate, the repercussion thought that comes with that is, well, we all need somebody. I get it. We are cohabiting creatures. That's not what I'm saying. The fulfillment that you get in a relationship is not going to be what you experienced in the past. You're not going to be gaslit into thinking so. And anybody who tries to tell you otherwise is going to be knocked on their keister. So then we have the Hermit card. And I think that this is you being wise and informed and knowing what you actually want in a relationship and setting yourself free. So then we have the King of Cups. This is your ships coming in. It is you being able to keep your head above water with every wave that tries knocking you. And I see that there's a cup that you have very strongly in your right hand. So this is all about forward. You're going to be filling your cup. And then we have that look of moving forward. So you have your eye on the prize with this. You're not accepting anything less.